Hey everyone, welcome back to Drawn by Annie channel, and I'm very glad that you are back here with me. And for those who are new, my name is Annie and I will be drawing for you today. You can see my pre-made sketch and a little showcase of the materials that I'm using or going to use. And I'm just showing them off anyway, because they're on the way. And I hope your coffee is ready. Mine is right here next to me. And let's dive into this drawing. So today I am drawing an original character of mine that I've made for a fantasy world that I'm also fully developing from scratch. If you haven't understood already, I am pretty into character drawing. So I decided to make a world to inhabit with my own characters, and this is one of them. So in my world, there is magic and like magical creatures, and it's all about music vibrations and stuff. I've mentioned in my previous videos about the concept of kami, that is coming from Japanese Shintoism. So this is similar, but for a fantasy world. So this spirit here, she's representing night, starry sky. And she is the one who is running around the sky when the sun sets and spilling the stars onto the night sky. So travelers can use them as a guide not to get lost on their path, because some of the races in the world are nocturnal and they certainly need a guide to survive out there in wilds. I've made this sketch a little bit in advance, and it's like third or fourth one. For this specific one, I had a sketch in my sketchbook first, which took me about a few hours to develop, to sketch out the pose and like figure out the proportions. Then I resketched it again because I wasn't completely happy, and then later on I used my lightning tool, like a lightning board, to kind of trace it over so I wouldn't have to go from scratch on a new piece of paper. That way it looks way cleaner, because if you are using the same sketch that you are sketching out with your pencils, whichever paper you're using, if you're like me, anything like me, using eraser a lot, because I tend to make a lot of mistakes when sketching and erasing and sketching again. I know some of you may say that's not a good habit, but what to do? I cannot do it from the first try. So later on, if you use the same sketch, the paper is already a little bit ruined. Well, it's not completely ruined, it's like a little damaged from the eraser. It's like your skin, you know, there's like an upper layer, and if you're erasing it constantly, it will go off, obviously, with some of the graphite. So it will not look like too clean, so you need to kind of remake it. Anyway, it's just me and my perfectionist speaking here, yeah? For this one, I decided to make it a little bit more clean, so I just traced it over, because I can trace my own art. It's not prohibited. Well, nothing is prohibited, but you are free to do whatever you want to, right? Who I am to judge you for whatever you're doing? I'm not the god, so I'm happy if you're enjoying the process anyway. So here I traced it over, so the sketch doesn't look like sketch, but looks like a pencil line art, like a very clean and very neat one. So I just traced it over with the fine liners before I go in with my markers. For this one, I used colorful liners. I started to implement them a lot more often. I recently got a new package and I want to give it a shot more often. And I'm trying to get rid of this black line art, making my art seem less realistic. I mean, it's not supposed to look like realistic art. Come on, let's be honest. Here is like a character and fantasy art, and it's not supposed to look any realistic. But colorful lines make it a bit more alive and less contrast, because sometimes we don't need that much contrast. I like to use black liners because I've always used them. Back in the days when I was a little younger, there weren't much of a colorful liners out there, at least where I was living. So I just used whatever I had on hands, and I got so used to the black liners that I didn't realize they made the colorful ones until like very recently. I wasn't just looking much. I like exploring art media and stuff. Oh, a tea break. Cheers. So as I was saying, I like to explore different medias, but I don't want to invest a lot into a new one until I get to try to draw with it. This is usually not the case in the art store because they are not going to open a whole pack of art supplies for you to just ruin it, and they will not be able to sell. I mean, I wish they would make testers like they do in the makeup stores, you know? That would be amazing. I mean, sometimes they do have like for one-liners, like there are a bunch of different liners and you can try one of each, but there are a lot of art supplies out there that you cannot really try before you buy, and they usually cost a lot. And this is also the reason why art is so expensive nowadays. Like, the art supplies are eating a chunk of money from everyone's wallet who is willing to invest. At least if you want to invest into good quality ones. I mean, there's always a cheaper option for kids, but it will not look nearly as cool or as clean or whatever you like your art to look like if you're using super cheap ones. I mean, yeah, you can do art with simple things. I hope you get the idea. The quality of art doesn't really depend on the quality of art supplies you're using. Not always, but like to a certain point. If your skills are lacking, no art supply can help you with that. I mean, firstly, you need to improve art skills, and then you're going to invest into more expensive art supplies, not the vice versa. At least that's what I think. Maybe we should do a challenge to draw with the simple stuff from a supermarket. That would be a good challenge to become more creative with simple tools to inspire you guys to draw more and be less dependent on expensive art supply. Do you prefer yourself a cheaper art supplies or more expensive ones? Because for a long time I could not afford anything over, I don't know, maybe $20 for a pack of 30 things, like a big pack of markers or even a small pack of good colorful pencils. I still don't use expensive colorful pencils. You've probably seen me use them before, and they are not anything nearly to professional ones, but I really like them. I mean, they're doing their job, so I'm not trying to be super fancy here. I'm just enjoying the process, making some art, making a little brighter world every day. And I hope that you enjoy the process with me. I really like how this pose came out here. I wanted to make her look like a more flying or more light or jumpy pose, because she is a creature that doesn't really have a mass. I mean, she's a spirit, so she doesn't have a physical body, but she is certainly a creature, and she's like this jumpy, naughty little creature that is just roaming around the skies, jumping from the clouds and spilling stars everywhere. That's how I imagine her existing in the world. Like every sunset she's like waking up and then thinking like, oh, it's time to do my job. And then roams around making these stars shine and sparkly. For this outfit, I was inspired off of belly dancers' outfits. Like, I like these little accessories on the hands and on feet and on her chest as well. I love belly dancers or Arabic belly dancers. They have this cute, sparkly outfit, and I wanted to make this creature to look more fun. That was my inspiration. And her belt, it's like star in the center and then moon phases on the rest of the belt. So after I'm putting my marker colors, as soon as I'm more or less happy with colors, I am putting more details on top, more shadows, more stripes to show a little more texture on her hair and on her tail as well. Then I'm going in with gel pen, the metallic one, because I wanted her beads to look shiny and sparkly like stars. And her hair and tail also have the stars. So she's like jumping from one cloud to another and stars fall from her hair and tail and then they get stuck on the sky. I wish I could make an animation to showcase what I have in mind, but I still need to learn that. Maybe sometime I will start learning animation. That is my next big goal. Do you prefer daytime or nighttime? I'm certainly a nocturnal person. Wherever I'm working, I'm way more productive when the sun sets. So this creature, she's a little representative of my creativeness. I'm certainly more productive on the nighttime. I remember myself working on some artwork from like 7 p.m. and then I woke up from the sketchbook at like 3 a.m. and I wasn't paying attention to time. I woke up, I realized that everyone in my house is sleeping, partly because I'm working in my headphones and my music is just also zoning me out a little bit. Like one layer of being inside the drawing is I can hear the music, but I can't hear the world outside. And then I can, at some moment, I'm losing the music as well from my head. So I'm just inside of the drawing. Completely, like 100% me. I'm there. I'm not in this world anymore. So are you a morning person or you're a night person? Tell me in the comments and why you ended up like that, or if there's any reason. As much as I can remember myself, I've always loved evenings and nights more than mornings. But my mom has told me that when I was super small, 2-3 years old, I was waking up at 6 a.m. but I wasn't waking up anyone else. Like I woke up, I was playing in my bed with my plushies or something, and I was waiting for my mom and the rest of the family to wake up, and I wasn't I wasn't that one child that would wake up everyone as soon as he wakes up. My mom had it easy with me. So after base colors are lit and most of the shadows as well, I'm detailing out some stars on her hair with the golden pen and white gel pen to showcase some of the folds onto her pants. I like how this adds more details and textures as well. So let's add some finishing details, some clouds, some stars, some more stars, because there's never too much stars. Here is the final result. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up and it will help promote this video to recommendations, and I am appreciating every bit of support you give to me. Also, I would love to hear your ideas, so please drop them in the comments so I can look through. If you'd like to see more of my artwork, please subscribe to this channel and I will see you in my next videos. Bye bye!